Hello guys, this is Siddhesh, and today in this video we're going to be discussing about plugins in Talawa in a detailed manner. The main reason behind this video is to explain in simpler terms about plugins in the Talawa application, how they would be beneficial and my work so far with them. So let us get started. Before start, I'd like to check the camera. It is working. So let's start with what is Talawa and its components. So for the people who don't know what is Talawa, Talawa is a basically like a WhatsApp for religious communities like church, temples, mosques, etc., but with more personalized features. For example, application provides features like posting, calendar management, messaging each other. These are all the personalized thing that you can do with the Talawa application. On the technical side, basically, the owner of the organization can control its organizational activities from a web interface called as Talawa admin, which can be accessed by the members of this org using the Talawa mobile app. So how this works, like let's say there is a church based in Brooklyn, so that we'll call it Brooklyn Church, and for Brooklyn Church there will be a social media manager assigned, and he would like to post new messages on that about the church. What are the future activities that they are going to be conducting, if they are going to be conducting events or something. He want to post that somewhere, right? So he can post that things on the Talawa admin, and then that things will be accessible to users via the mobile app. So that's about that. Let's get to the next topic, which is why do we need plugins. So before that, I'd like to explain what is plugins. Okay, plugins are basically controllable features that can be controlled via admin for the mobile app. So basically it means that if the Talawa app provides chat features like personal chat features, the admin can decide whether to keep them or to remove them. If they provide calendar management features, admin can decide whether he should keep those features or he should remove those features. So that is about plugins. Let's say why do we need them. The using of plugins comes with various benefits, and let's talk about some of them. Here are the benefits as follows. Reducing cost. So there are two ways that this application would be utilized in the future, as currently it is in its development stage, but by the end of the year we're expected to launch the application and it should be available to the users to use in production. So there can be two ways that this project can be used and benefited by the religious organizations. So first one is using it as a software as a service, which is SaaS in short. Second way is as a self-hosted service. So if, for example, in future if Talawa deploys this app in the URL, for example, let's say app.talawa.com, and they can control, and they can like if they want to sell, if you want to earn some revenue, they can use this feature to provide premium features by adding a cost, and user using less feature would also reduce our cost of maintaining them. Second one is a self-hosted service. So as we all know, religious communities most often work on donation basis, so they need to keep their computing cost as low as possible. To make sure that happens, they can also keep their server and network cost minimum by using the minimum features in their applications. For example, if there is like a huge organization and they want to keep their cost minimum, they might remove the feature that they are not even utilizing. For example, they might disable personal messaging and post if they are not utilizing them, and they might keep the calendar features to make sure everyone sees about what is the future activity. So it depends up to them, but it can help in reducing their cost. So that was reducing cost benefit. Second benefit is it can help in controlling the user's abilities in the app. As we all know, as the app grows, and new users come, this chances of spreading of false information, trolling, or spamming increases a lot. For example, WhatsApp also has implemented the feature which limits the number of forwards that a message can have. So we can so also ability to control these features in our Talawa app can also reduce the admin's work to manage spreading of false information. For example, if somebody is spreading false information, the admin can delete those posts, or there are too many people spreading those false information, he can disable that feature if he thinks that feature is also not useful. You can learn more about that from the link about the WhatsApp rule. Now let's see let's see how the plugins work. So this is like a year-old video, but it will give you a basic demo. Okay, so this is like a plugin store where you can see this. These are the features that are controllable. Yeah, these are the just give me a minute. So these are the features of the app that user can install or uninstall. Okay, and as he clicks on install or uninstall, as you can see, he's uninstalled the events feature. It will get removed from the list and also from this user app. So it will just, yeah, there you go. So this is basically the implementation of the plugin. I hope you understand that. Now okay, let's move forward. So now you've seen the plugin. Okay, this is how they being worked like a year before. Now talking about, just give me a minute. So this part was about how, what and how of the plugin. Now we'll start discussing about the API changes that I would be doing in my project. So as I've suggested, we are utilizing WebSockets using GraphQL subscriptions in the Talawa API to connect with mobile and admin app to make sure that they only get notified about the latest data when it actually updates. So for that, I'm suggesting a new schema change. Basically, I think I got a phone call, just a minute. Okay, sorry for the interruption. Yeah, so I'm suggesting a new schema update to be done, which would make sure, align with the WebSockets a little bit more. This is the current one, which has 5 fields: name of the plugin, creator, description, installation status, which is a true or false, it's a boolean field, and the installed orgs array. So this array basically contains the IDs of the user who have installed this plugin. The second one, and this is the updated schema that I'm suggesting, which will remove these last 2 properties and replace them with this uninstalled orgs array. So basically what I'm suggesting to do is to enable all the features by default and disable them according to user's choice. I think that would be much more simpler to maintain in the logical side as well, and it would also be simple for any user to use it, and in the basic fashion. So basically the new schema suggests there would be a name, creator and description about the plugin, and there would be an uninstalled orgs array. So this would contain the IDs of the user who have disabled that features. Okay, so this is basically work in reverse, and this makes sure that all our plugins are installed by default. So now you'd be now the question that came in your mind will be like, how do you make sure that the plugins are installed? What plugins are you updating? How they are managed? So let us talk about them one by one. Before that, I'd like to check if my mic works. It is working. Select plugin web page. So basically, in the admin sign for the first, I'm suggesting is when the admin of the organization creates an account on Talawa admin, he clicks on create organization. He fills the detail, and after successful creation of the organization, I'm suggesting to show this pop-up right here, which would say finalize features. So it would suggest that please select the features that you want to enable for this organization from the plugin store. He can have 2 options. He can either go to the store and uninstall the not important features, or he can enable everything. So basically enable everything will install all the plugins by default, and go to the store will also install all the plugins by default, but after he will be redirected to the store, and then he can uninstall those plugins at there. So what things to be changed while doing this schema change? So as we know, there are basically 2 or 3 API queries related to plugins. The first one is get plugins. It provides every single it provides the entire plugin document to the user. Okay, and there is update plugin. So update plugins, it's a mutation. It enables you to change the plugin data. And then there's the on plugin update. So on plugin update is a subscription. It's a GraphQL subscription, and basically a subscription in GraphQL is a WebSocket. In the end, it becomes a WebSocket. So subscription is a WebSocket in GraphQL. So I just need to trigger this subscription after these queries fire. Okay. So this is the basic change that have to be done. And I would like to have your attention on these get plugin features more. I'd like to explain it a bit. So basically how get plugins will work is the entire application, okay, the entire instance of the application will contain a single plugin data, and which would contain like what organizations are uninstalled and all of that data. That data would be sent to the client in the get plugins. Okay, so this does not correlate with the organization ID. It will get all of the data, okay, which will be in this format. So it will just check if I'm in the uninstalled one. I'm not, so I'm good to show the features in the mobile app. Okay, I hope that is clear. Now this is a okay. So now the next question that can come into your mind is what about creating and deleting for plugins? How you're going to take care of that? So as we discussed, plugins are basically controllable features, and if you ask me how features are added in the application, they're added by the developers. So just like that, the creation of and the deletion of the plugins should be, and I think it should be maintained by the developers. Let's see how that works. So just a minute. Yeah, so for the plugin creation and deletion process, I've already created a pull request which explain the entire logic to you. So basically what this pull request does is, after the initial server is started, it will take the dummy it's not a okay, it will take the plugin data and it will push it in the MongoDB instance. What this will enable is, this will enable all of the apps to access the data. Okay, I've explained about this in a much more details in this pull request that you can take a look. And if you want to look if you want to see why it is being done, so you can go to the issue, and yeah, so there is a much more detailed about there's like a more detailed introduction about that. You can read that as well. So that's creation and deletion of plugin. Okay, so I hope that is also clear. Now if you have any questions about this video and about the plugin, you can contact me via LinkedIn. This is my URL, or you can also contact me via email. These are the official documentation, which is docs.talawa.io/category/plugin. I would also, after doing these updations, I will also make sure to make sure to update those articles with the latest changes in the WebSocket. And you can also take a look at the YouTube channel to learn more. Thank you. And yeah, so this is the QR code for the slides, and this is the link and QR code for the slides if you want to have it.